they can grow. I will teach what they want so that they can grow. So that they grow. Am I talking to somebody here? Am I talking to somebody here? You need to grow. Carry enough power. Power! So that you can cry against the altar. You can wake up and say, everything that negative altars has turned my life to, that has not been ordained by God, I reverse it back to sender. That's how it works. Am I talking to somebody here? That's how it works. That's how it works. You reverse it back. You reverse it back. You turn it back. And say, go back to sender. You go into prayer. You go into fasting. You look at your life. This is my life. This is not how my life is supposed to be. You erect an altar. You come to the altar. Drop sacrifices there. Drop seed there. And say, God, raise altars for me. Let this altar begin to cry against that altar. Let this altar begin to cry against that altar. That altar of my father's house that is fighting me. Let this altar begin to cry against that altar. That's what sponsors untimely death. People are dying anyhow in your family. You should know that there is an altar. Dying anyhow in your family. No relationship is working. Broken homes everywhere. Check the life of their father. It has been like that. Polygamy. That's erected an altar there. And it's moving from generation to generation. How come you are trying to stop? Can I talk to somebody here? Altars. There are spirits backing up that altars. And no matter how far you are, it has a way of calling you back. God, after many years, while Jacob was running away from his father's house, he erected an altar there and he made vows to God on that altar. While he made vows to God, after many years, when he came back to Canaan, God told him, go back to Bethel, go back. The Gibeonites, Joshua entered a covenant with the Gibeonites. They pretended that they were servants and slaves. They entered into a covenant that nobody will kill them. Anybody that killed the Gibeonites will face the wrath of God. The Bible said the time came, Saul began to kill them. That act, God sent famine into the land. That for 3 years there was no food, there was no rain. And when David inquired of God, this was many years later. Many years later, the covenant, the spirit backing up the covenant was still alive. Today we will silence that evil altar. Today we will silence that evil altar. Today we will silence that evil altar. 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 We will silence that evil altar.